Anglers, what's up? This is Anglers 48. Today is Saturday, August the 8th. Fishing post report. I went to Port Mansfield, got there around maybe 6:30, and it was a little bit breezy. I went with a kayak. I was gonna do some evening fishing, night fishing, and morning fishing. That's the fishing that I was gonna do, anglers. And again, it was beautiful. It was a little bit breezy, but the kayak did very well. Anchored it, started throwing, started casting, caught two catfish. As the sun was setting, I headed to the shore, tied down the kayak. I positioned it, ready to go. That way I can cast out and place the rod. I was able to catch some mullet, cut them into pieces, and then the night came. All right, everything was going perfect. There's some thunder here. So everything is good. Okay, I had my waders on. I wasn't getting wet. I had my gear. Poles were in the water. Everything was good. The wind, was still there, but I was tied down and everything. Well, check this out. I got this idea. Hey, let me go and throw the net again. So I went out there and I started throwing the net, and then all of a sudden I started getting into soft soil in the water, and I lost my balance. The waders came off from my feet and into the water. I tried to stand up, and I fell face down. Terrible. I had my cell phone. I had my keys. And then I started hearing the bell. I had a little bell on my fishing poles. Started hearing the bell, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got something. But, and then I tried to get up, and then my waders on my boots, they started to come off because of the soft soil. And I was just, my keys. And if anybody knows that if you set the alarm on your vehicle and the remote is messed up, you won't be able to turn on your truck. It's got that alarm. So, long story short, I was able to pull myself up, got the waders, threw them in the kayak. There I am. I'm reeling in whatever first I caught my breath. I started reeling it in. Oh my God. Nice 25-inch red. Beautiful red. And again, bonehead. Tie knots every day when I go fishing. What do? I make a sorry ass knot. Didn't realize it until, I have time to kill. Let me go look at the beautiful red that I caught. As I'm trying to reach for it, I grab the line, and I'm pulling the line thinking that the red's gonna come with it. And what happens? The fish gets away. So I have over a month and a half, close to 2 months, of going fishing on the weekends and nothing to show for it. This time I catch a beautiful red, all this mayhem. Hey, at least I got a red. Here I am. Let me take a look at this beautiful red, and it got away. So just this disastrous fishing trip, And as the viewer, subscriber, Carlos was asking me where I would recommend to go fishing, that would be a good spot right there. I have not been successful catching any fish during the day. So I went to the spot where I lost 4 reds. And the 5th one I was able to get it in. That was several months ago. And I'm like, for sure here I'm going to catch something. And I did. But, again, it's just you know. And in my mind, I was like, the keys, the phone, never mind the phone. It gets wet, whatever. The keys, the remote. So there I am trying to drive the remote, and from where my kayak is, I can still see my truck. I'm trying to open the door, because if the remote gives out, you know, I'm screwed. So there I am drying it, and finally I was able to unlock the doors. Once I unlocked the doors, I was a little bit relieved, but the damage was already done, you know. So not a very good fishing experience. And again, today, these are the fishing poles that I took. My Shimano, once again, recommend the Shimano brand big time. You all want to spend some money on a nice fishing reel? Shimano. Some of us, we spend 50, 60, 70, 80 on the Luz, on the Abu Garcias, but believe it or not, Shimano takes the cake. So you guys want a good fishing reel? Shimano. Okay? The one that I have is, I believe, the C3000. And I went ahead and bought this popping cork, and I got the bail for night fishing. Even though I was there close by, I got the bail. And again, this is the kayak right here. This is what I'm using. And there were some good swells on the fishing trip. Some good swells, but it's a badass kayak, excuse my language. Very good kayak in regards to, you get a swell, no problem. The water just goes out. ¿Entiendes? And the seat is have a high rise on the seat, so you don't have to worry about sitting in a position where you're gonna get your rear end wet. Okay, so I took one small battery, and they started off really nice. And it went from a dream to a nightmare. But that's to be expected. That's to be expected. Anytime you go fishing, you know, you can go fishing 100 times. Perfect. You go 101, something goes wrong. You drop your phone, you know, you fall, your feet get stuck in the mud, you fall down. So all in all, and let me show you, anglers. This is the stringer that I got. Now I made a big knot, but leave it to somebody who goes fishing a lot and makes knots a lot to screw it up. So that's a big goof on my part. All right, and this is the vest that I had. This is where I have all my gear. Okay, and I left this open, and that's how my keys and my phone got wet. If I would have closed it, chances are it would have survived. So I'm not gonna let the video run too long. I just wanted to give you an update. Carlos, if you're out there, man, I hope you're killing it out there. If you went and came back, comment. How did it go for you? Where did you go? Did you go to Port Isabel or Port Mansfield? Okay. And again, if you go during the day and you haven't been successful, try some night fishing. Cross the fence on Port Mansfield. You know, some people don't like to fish overnight because of things like what happened to me. It is raining now, anglers. I'll let you go. If you haven't subscribed, hey, help the channel out. If you like the video, give it a like. This is Anglers 48 from Far Texas, signing off.